right, we will call the meeting to order. Would you take roll, please, Jen?
Commissioner Corbin.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Waldner.
Here.
Commissioner Thill.
Here.
And Mayor Lindsay.
Here. You have before you the agenda for this evening.
Motion approved.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no appearances or acknowledgements, is there anything you'd like to remove from the consent calendar?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no old business, under new business, authorize the mayor to sign the agreement with Sioux Valley Electric Cooperative for the electric service territory exception. And I'll ask Chad to briefly discuss that.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This is an agreement that was developed by Sioux Valley Energy. We've been coordinating with them. Basically, for the city to provide power to lights that are anticipated to be installed in 2019 with the DOT project that is planned on Washington Avenue, but the lighting is actually planned to extend from the intersection of Washington Avenue and 10th Street all the way out to the intersection of Highway 19. And so part of that area is from that next section line, or John Deere, just east of John Deere, from there to Highway 19 is in outside of the city's service area, also outside of the city's
City
city
limits.
limits. And so then it's required that we get permission to do that. And that's what this would do. We've been coordinating also with the DOT for this project, and the layout. The DOT is accomplishing the design and the installation and so on of all the lights, but this is just for us to be able to provide power to them.
And if it's, my memory is correct in that the lights that are currently out there at the Highway 19 intersection will also be tied into these, and that electricity will switch over to us and that at that time?
That's correct. By a previous agreement, we
Yes.
agreed if those were ever extended out there, we would take them over. Also, I should say that the heads on those lights there now, that you described at Highway 19 intersection, are not LED.
Right.
We're anticipating that they will be converted to LED before we take them over as well. So that should be more economical to operate and to pay those costs for operating them. So.
Very good. Questions or comments? Do we have a motion?
Safety perspective, I think that's a great idea. I think it's gonna really help that whole area grow, so it'll be nice. I will make a motion, we authorize the mayor to sign agreement with Sioux Valley Southwestern Electric Cooperative for the electric service territory expansion.
Second.
Exception.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Authorize the mayor to sign the application with Lake County to for occupancy for underground construction on highway roads of right-of-way, the Highland Avenue, 4th Street to 7th Street. And again, I'll ask Chad to address this.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. You can see the application. I had completed the application that was provided to me by Lake County. This is, as is described in the title, along Highland Avenue from 4th Street to 7th Street. We are installing a new water line. It will be outside of the road bed. It'll be in the ditch, essentially. It will across the creek. And this is a requirement, being that it is county right-of-way, that we need to go through this process and fill out this application and so on. I've had some preliminary discussions with Lake County. It does seem like I've also shared with them some preliminary plans where we've showed them the alignment and some of the work plan there. There'll be two projects, one a boring project under the creek and a separate one for an open trench cut. And they seem to be satisfied with that. And I believe that will be on their commission agenda in an upcoming meeting for them to approve. So I don't anticipate any issues. And I anticipate that it will be approved with an open cut. particularly since this is not a crossing of their county road, it's just parallel to the road and in the ditch. They had a few questions of me about that. I believe we're on track to have that approved without them requiring us to bore the whole thing. In my mind, that would not be necessary because it's just in the ditch, a grass ditch, you know. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's all on the east side of the,
Correct, yes, on the east side of Highland Avenue, yes.
so.
And then the other thing that I've already clarified with you and that, but I just want to, for the record, you had listed in there approximately 46 feet east of the center line. And as you pointed out and looked it up, and that is a 75-foot distance from the center line to the end of their right-of-way, rather than a 66.
That's correct. That would be, in total, their right-of-way would be 150 feet. And so 75 on either side of center, correct?
Very good.
Does the city have a easement for the current line?
No, I doubt it.
Just wondering, thank you. I'll make a motion to authorize the mayor to sign application, Lake County occupancy for underground construction on county roads right-of-way, Highland Avenue, 4th to 7th Street.
Second.
We have a motion and a
I have
second.
a question.
Yes.
Where does the county end there? Or the city begin on Highland there? Where does the county begin, the city end?
From 4th to 7th, the boundary is approximately the center line, because I believe the center line there is the section line, and I'd have to look up some other documents at the courthouse to get the exact location of the center line. It may be offset slightly, but essentially, in that road right-of-way somewhere is the border, the city limits boundary, and that's from 4th to 7th.
But in terms of the road itself, it's a county road from Pizza Ranch all the way around to Prostralos.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, number 3, authorize the mayor to sign.
We got to vote
Whoops.
on this.
Thank you. We had a motion and a second?
Sorry, one
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Would have been enough, you know.
Hey, number 3, authorize the mayor to sign the application for abatement and/or refund of property taxes, 2017-3, and I'll ask Jen to address this one.
Sure. The application for abatement that you have in front of you, as per the check mark on it, the applicant, having otherwise qualified for the assessment freeze for the elderly and disabled, simply missed the deadline. Therefore, we have to go through this abatement process. The second sheet here shows you the total amount of the abatement, and that totals $170.12.
Which basically takes the property tax as calculated for 2016 from 648 to back to 478. So for those that don't have that information, I see that it looks like they do. So, questions or comments?
Motion to approve item number 3 under new business, authorize the mayor to sign the application for abatement and/or refund property taxes number 2017-3.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 4, Resolution 2017-10, 2017-2, intent to lease property. And on this one here, and that the airport property for Alfalfa is leased to Jack Meter. But because of the improvements in the airport out there, the amount of land will go from 129 acres to 190 acres. So the current lease was for the 129 acres at $12,500, and this will adjust it to be the same amount per acre, but we'll take it to $18,400 per year, payable on the first of the year. Anything you want to add to that, Jen?
Payable on the April 1st of each year, if we can clarify. And then the bottom paragraph of the resolution that you have in front of you states that we have to have a notice of hearing, that the process that we've chosen to do here for this municipal lease of real property does require a hearing.
Okay.
So the bottom section of this resolution here does note the date of hearing that we'll ask you to set for Monday, February 13th, please, at 5:35.
Questions or comments?
Any concerns? No. As long as we have it here.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 2017-2, intent to lease real property. And we will set a date of hearing for Monday, February 13th, 2017 at 5:35.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no announcements in that, we will now enter into executive session.
Motion, please?
Okay,
To go
do
in?
we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.